Oh, there we go. Are we live? Chat, let me know if we're here. What's going on? Stats, pull up stats. Train. All right. Hello, hello. We're here? Hey. What's going on, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me. We're all good? Keep chat over here, actually. Let's put chat over here. What's up, guys? Welcome. How we all doing? Hey, let's go. I'm just getting set up here. Give me a sec. Be patient with me, y'all. But how are we doing today, guys? What's going on? I'm excited. This is fun. I'm really hyped about this. All right, let's get this over here. Most of this stuff we can do that. All right. Let's go. We got some people in the chat. Guys, how's your day today going? What are you guys up to today? Let's go. All right. That's good. That looks good. How we doing, guys? Give me a quick sec. I'm just gonna be. I just gotta post this on Instagram and TikTok, and then we're gonna have people from TikTok. We're gonna try and funnel people on TikTok live here, and then we'll get started. Low key tired, dude. I feel you. I chugged a coffee before this, so I'm locked in for you guys. You like what I did over here? All right, let's do. Now I just gotta get the stream link. View channel, live. Here we go. Share. Copy link. 2x presentations today. Oh man. What the heck? What were they on? What were the presentations about? Let's get... FEA fluids in capstone. Oh man, what's your capstone about? Let's just do it like this actually. No, we can't. Sorry, I'm trying to get a nice picture for Instagram so we can get more heads in here. Can you guys hear the music that's playing in the background? I wonder if you guys can. All right, say cheese chat. You're going on Instagram. Oh, what's going on? Stream is live. Resumes right now. Do that. Viewing. Paste. Tap in. All right. Sorry, everybody. Okay, cool. I just like having music in the background. Cool. Then now we're gonna get the TikTok live going. Dude, you know what this is for, chat? Let me know if you guys. All right, let's put this here. There we go. Let's go live. Maybe we lower this, actually. It's not that bad. Ooh, it's... FEA fluids in capstone. It's making energy from the ocean? Oh man, how are you doing that? Viewers live, guys, we're up on TikTok now, so both streams are up and running. Oh, hey Ron, how's it going? Welcome to have you. We're gonna be reviewing some resumes right now. Here we go. Let's switch on over. Hey, TikTok Live's up. Welcome, guys. Come on in. We're just chilling. We're gonna let some people come in and get here. I picked out a good set of resumes today. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. We have a lot to go through. Point absorber, mainly using waves to alter the rotation of the buoy. I see. Interesting. Is it kind of like a water wheel to dumb it down? I'm sure it's more complicated than that. Welcome people on TikTok. What's going on, guys? We're going to be reviewing some resumes today. We're over here on YouTube, so that's where you'll be able to see what we're looking at. So come on over. Here we go. All right, let's switch on over to screen plus webcam. Ooh. How come it's all black over there? Oh man. Let's do this, that, and then if I do this, it blocks it because of all the other extra screens. Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, whatever. Let's keep this down here. All right. Let's put up this guy. Look at all these resumes we got to review today, guys. These are going to be fun. You submitted your resume a few hours ago. I think I might have seen that. I took out all the names, so I actually don't know which one's yours anymore. We randomized them and then just kind of took out all the names and stuff. Welcome, guys, over on TikTok. Howdy, howdy. We're going to be doing some resumes right now. Hey, Hill, or Bill, sorry. Welcome, welcome. We're chilling over here on YouTube. We got a lot of resumes, your guys' resumes that you've been submitting. If you guys have some, you can still submit it over on the link. It's on my profile, and then we can take a look at your guys's. But yeah. How are we doing over here? Welcome on up. Okay. Just gonna be chilling today. Hey everybody. How's it going? How's your guys' day? You guys ready to look at some resumes? There's a wide variety of them. You can see the majors, a lot of mechanical engineers, which makes sense, but definitely varying in ranges of years. So we got some new people and some people looking for full-time jobs. So this will be good. Chat, would you guys like to see something crazy that I saw today? I saw, this is from a coding class. This was from a coding class. This is a legit problem that some of the students had to work out. This is for a MATLAB class, and I just think this is hilarious. What kind of laptops would you recommend to run on AutoCAD? Anything but a MacBook. I think the rule of thumb, I actually don't know if MATLAB can run AutoCAD. Or not MATLAB, MacBook can run AutoCAD. I don't think it can. Obviously, the more RAM and memory that you have, the better. A lot of gaming laptops can help out with that, but they're heavier, thicker, and kind of suck to carry around, worse battery life. But if you, I think at minimum, the specs are like 8 gigs of RAM, but you probably want 16. And then as much storage as you possibly can get. And as new of a processing chip as you can for like Intel, like, was it i7 and up? i7's probably really old. But those are my guess. I'm kind of going off of that with SolidWorks, because SolidWorks is a very intensive program, and I figured AutoCAD's very similar to that. But thanks for joining, everybody. I hate MATLAB, I hate LabVIEW. Yeah, MATLAB's pretty buns. But this is a MATLAB class, I think, at UCLA. I didn't have to, I didn't do this. I don't know if I would have wanted to, but this is kind of fun. Do you like when professors try and be super hip? Do you like when they get do you like when they always relate to pop culture? I always find that interesting. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the likes. Come on in. Currently, guys, if you're on TikTok, we are looking at this MATLAB problem that students at UCLA had to solve for their homework. This was a real coding project. It was called Among Us. It's about Among Us, and they had to do a whole project. Real homework assignment graded for their degree. And it was about coding something for Among Us. I think I was doing a mechanisms class, and our professor was really good, but our final was all centered around like Star Wars, and I think it was the Mandalorian. So it was like they used the robot from the Mandalorian, and then all these arms would be like linkages, and then we'd have to use those for our final exam. It was a very stressful time, and very confusing because I like the Mandalorian, but why am I doing kinematics on that? Welcome, everybody. Let's see, how are we doing? Cool, sweet. All right, chat. Also reading this, I don't know if immediately I'd be able to like figure that out and solve that, to be honest with you. I haven't done MATLAB in a really long time. All right. But guys, which resume should we start with? Which one do you guys think? Drop a number of which one you want to start with. We got all the numbers over here on the left. And you can see they're kind of like newer, which major and what year. It's major and what year they are. So drop which number that you want to start with. Or maybe we'll do random. Welcome, guys. We're doing some resume reviews over here. Here. TikTok live, say hi to the YouTube live. We're over here on YouTube. We're about to run through some resumes. So make sure to join over here so you can see the screen. All right. How's my views? They don't live stream, to my knowledge. I haven't seen them at all. But view-wise, I think Potential's a bigger creator than me. Ariel is similar size. But in terms of just our content views, I think they're all pretty similar. Potential goes crazy. Potential Dropout, if you guys don't know who he is a mechanical engineer student in McGill University in Canada. He's like a famous person over there just because he tweaks out. He crashes out. If you want to see a real life engineer crashing out, that's who you should go watch because it's so funny. Welcome everybody. 19, 13, 19. Which resume should we look at, guys? Also, I replaced all the names. I removed all the addresses, emails, phone numbers for you guys' privacies. I replaced them all with LeBron James teammates. So we'll see. Also, on the screen, there's some numbers that are missing. They're going to be over on Google Docs. So that's why they're not in this folder. So we can do those. Welcome, welcome. All right, 19, 18, 7. Let's see, which resume? Let's go here. What if we did random spin the wheel? Oops. All right, how many do we need? Can I do this faster? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's got to be a faster way than this. 21, 22, 23. I think it's 23. All right. Welcome, guys. All right, 7, 18. Any others? Also, if I am reviewing your resume, write a MATLAB code that picks the random number. I think you could just do rand. Isn't the function just rand 0 through 23, 21, 22? And then you just run that and it'll give you a number. You can do that on Python real quick. Welcome, guys. Hello, hello. We're over on YouTube. We're currently picking some of the resumes that you guys submitted, so hop on over there. We're about to pick one. Yeah. Getting more people in here. Any other thoughts? Ooh. Sorry if I missed any questions over here. Hey, what kind of engineer are you, or if you don't mind me asking? I'm a mechanical engineer. I graduated from UCLA, but I'm mechanical. And PE, I'm not a professional engineer. It's mostly civils and people in the construction industry that have to become PEs and take the test. I don't have to do that, thank God, because I would hate to take the PE exam. Do you guys have to take PE, FE at all? Cool, electrical. Nice, man, thanks for coming. Electrical, way harder than mechanical. Same here, but I'm working on my PE, even though you're working on getting your PE, even though you really don't need it. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Why would you get your PE? What's motivating you to take a test? I would hate to do any exams right now. We have 23. So we're going to start with resume number 23, it looks like. Are all these resumes shortlisted from yesterday? There's a bunch from today, a bunch from yesterday, and then some from Sunday, Saturday. BE is huge in BC. What's BC? Yo, bro, what's going on? Is it cooked to get an internship during this time? It is not cooked to get an internship during this time. This is a great time to get one. Many places at the start of the new year, a lot of I know it's not the new year, but a lot of companies reopen up internships for summer around this time and are starting to hire and lock those down in these months. Every internship that I did, I actually got spring quarter. So you always have time. I got mine within like the last 2 months before the year ended. So there's always time. You just got to be on it, submitting those resumes out, applying to those jobs, but definitely can do it. Yeah, what's the latest you guys, have anyone gotten internships here? Where have you guys gone to? More of a personal goal? I kind of understand that. Honestly, when making content for this channel, I thought a lot about like maybe I should just take the PE or at least the FE, and something we still might do because I feel like you can get a lot of people are wondering about FE, and we can do a lot of content surrounding that. So maybe in the future we'll take the PE solely for this channel for you guys. Got an internship for the upcoming summer and another one for the fall. That's a big W, guys. Wow. You locked down two internships, one for the summer and one for the fall. What kind of job is it? What kind of work? Congratulations. That's awesome. Welcome. British. Oh, PE's big in Canada. Oh, that's cool. Is it like any sector that you need? Because US, I feel like it's construction only that you really need it, which makes sense. Or if you're working for like a design firm that consults, then, but it's still usually in the construction sector. So is that just for anything like product development, you would need to take a PE still? Oh, wow. All. Damn. That's kind of tough. I'm sorry, Canada. Is PE international? I don't really know. I'm guessing it's the same PE test as the one in the US. Construction company during the fall, then structural engineering. Or construction company during the summer, then structural for the fall. Wow. Dude, congratulations. That's big. That's big W's here. It's different, but same thing. Okay. That makes sense. Construction, MEP industry, utility. Yeah, man. You deserve it. All right, let's open up this resume, y'all. 23. All right. You guys see that, chat? As you can see, I replaced all the names with LeBron James teammates. So we're going to be going through quite a few of them. Also, disclaimer, if I start going in on your resume, it's nothing personal. It's just, these are just my initial reactions, and I actually don't know who you are. I'm just talking to Bronny James here, so. Yeah, but I think we're starting off real strong. If you guys can't see the resume, we're over on YouTube, so hop in and you'll be able to see what we're talking about. I think a big thing with resumes is opening it right here and giving initial reaction, because recruiters spend probably like 5 seconds looking at this at a career fair, going through a pile of resumes. The first look, initial look, tells you a whole lot whether or not they're going to toss it or not. If it's bad format, it's getting yossed. So first off, though, this is great. This looks beautiful. Oh, I remember this one. Wow, this is probably one of my favorite resumes, actually, that I've seen. But yeah, off format. Notice how it's like very easy on the eyes. I think an important thing with people that are very impressive and have a lot of experience and a lot to throw onto their resume, it's kind of becomes an eyesore and kind of hurts to look at because there's just a page of text, and no one likes looking at a textbook page. But this is very easy. This is very nice, formatted very cleanly, and there's more to it over there. But off initial reaction, readability, 10 out of 10. I like it. Interesting that you put colors on here. Let's see. Education at top, easy. Bachelor of Engineering Science, a BES, Mechanical Materials Engineering. Graduated December 2024. This was 4th year. Already finished, looking for a full-time. I like it. I think right here, let's add a comment, kind of a weird gap, just spacing wise. Also, this is the first time I'm using a Adobe Acrobat Reader. Let's make this a little bigger. Right here, small things. I'm gonna nitpick again. Also, with all of my recommendations and stuff like that, take it with a grain of salt. When you get as many people as possible to look at this, you don't always have to listen to their recommendations because a lot of people think different things. So just take what their advice they're giving and then apply it if you want and ignore it if you don't. And the other thing I'll say about this is getting all these resumes prepped for this was a whole hassle because I would get them from Google Sheets, or I get them from Google Docs, and then opening a lot of these PDFs in Google Sheets or in Google Docs will mess up the formatting completely. Like all these lines will be all over the place and stuff. So I couldn't do that. So I had to download them, convert them into PDFs for Adobe Acrobat, and then open up in here and then edit them manually on here, which is pretty nice because this can edit PDFs. It tries to keep the formatting as much as possible, but I think it still may mess it up just a little bit. So sometimes some of my nitpicks might just be because of that. But I'd say fix this gap. Let's see, draw tool. We're also gonna learn to use this. Let's see, draw. Fix this gap right here. Oh, that's too big. And there, thickness, let's go down here. This gap right here versus this gap here. Nice. Related courses or skills under degree name. My personal gripe with that, I believe that you don't need related courses or skills. If you want skills or courses, you put them at the very bottom of your resume because pretty much the only useful thing for those, the only useful thing for relevant coursework and skills is for the resume search system. I think it's like ATS. It's the machine that just scans for keywords and then sees if it's a match or not. That's pretty much the only thing that's going to convince a recruiter or a company to give you an interview. So I don't think it should be at the top because what a recruiter does when they first look at their resume is looks up here. Here, let's go to the highlighter. The first thing they do when they get their resume is they look, oh fuck. Here we go. First thing they do when they look at your resume is they look right here and then they start scanning right here. And what they're looking for obviously is your education, your name, and then your like most relevant experience, your first jobs. And I don't like stuffing the skills and coursework right here, right where they're going to be looking, because that's not what's going to convince them to keep moving forward. If you have space and you want to put it, you can put it down here. But I wouldn't recommend putting it at the top. But that's just me personally. But most important parts on your resume is like right here. And they call that the F method because it kind of looks like an F. Because they'll look right here for your most relevant job. They'll look at the top for your education major, see if there's any glaring issue, and then they'll spend the most time right here. There was a study that they did with recruiters actually they had the eye tracking software on it, and that's what the picture showed. It was this whole F thing right here. But anyway, moving on. Summary of qualifications. This is another thing. Summary is interesting. I personally think your most recent job is the most important thing. So this right here is what I'm interested most in. The RAB Design Lighting Mechanical Engineering Intern. That's initially what I would look for. This is the company, in parentheses, the role. Your role's pretty important. I wouldn't keep the parentheses. Either put a dash, make this a new line and move that down here in its own line so they can clearly see you're an intern. The farther you go from right here, the left side, the more lost it will be and the less chance a recruiter will see it. But I like that great thing that I like about this resume, this is his main piece of work. This is his main work experience, and he fills it up a lot with a lot of lines of what he done. We can look into what they are. Led the mechanical design of metal mounting plates for electronic light fixtures using SolidWorks and sheet metal fabrication while applying DFM DMA principles to optimize manufacturability for 100%. That's great. Collaborated with cross-functional teams. Yep, to refine design. Good. Here's result-driven. Love this. Love this. Numbers are great. You guys always want to have results in your resume. Using G&E standard, assisted in assembly line setup, performed RCA on the assembly line, delay manufacturing, to solve delayed manufacturing times, poor tolerance stack up, IP65 enclosures. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, not bad. Pretty good. I'd consider, let's just put a comment here. Actually, oops. I'd say right here, can I comment? Please, use dash instead of parentheses or make it its own line. Let's do that. Again, mostly just because in parentheses makes it seem like it's not important, but your role and your title is important. 5 bullet points for internships, 3 for projects. 5 bullet points for internships and 3 for projects. Oh, Christine, Taylor, and JC, hello. How's it going, guys? We're currently over on YouTube Live. We're looking at some resumes. For engineers, clearly I know you guys have a lot of engineering relevancy and curiosity, so you guys can join over there. But career counselor mentioned 5 bullet points for internships and 3 for projects. I mean, that's a rough place to start. Again, looking here, internship is the main work experience. You want to be as descriptive as possible with that. If it's more than 5 bullet points like it is here, that's fine. 3 for projects is probably fine. But if you have a bunch of full-time jobs, then 5 bullet points for your internship might not even be needed. I think someone told me, a recruiter said, your main work experience, your most recent or your most relevant should be most of your resume. And I kind of like that because a lot of interviews I went through, they didn't really care about your old internships, your old projects, some of the smaller stuff that you're using as filler. You want to go into the weeds of like your main work experience because that's where the conversation is going to be driven. So. Performed this, that's fine. Related engineering projects, okay, cool. Autonomous robot, not too clear what that is. Collaborated with a team to construct a 3D printed semi-autonomous scavenger robot that identified and collected selective objects using a microcontroller and a color-based sorting mechanism. Okay. Engineered a servo-controlled gripper with a rack and pinion mechanism, providing precise object pickup and sorting based on controller. Yep. Used a laser cutter to fabricate the robotics base, optimizing weight distribution. Sure. Applied DFM DMA principles to 3D printed laser, minimizing complexity, reducing material, water, and ensuring repeatability in manufacturing. These are good. I liked how in this one you started throwing a lot of statistics and maybe you just don't have that. I would say here, 1, I would change the name. Autonomous Robot Project doesn't really tell me at all what this is. The 3D printed semi-autonomous scavenger robot tells me a lot more about what this thing does. Autonomous robot's very vague. Change the name to be more descriptive. I probably spelled that wrong. Also, it talked a lot about what you did, but you could always add more results and numbers, like what can it pick up, how many colors can it sort, optimizing, how did you optimize weight distribution, how much did it weigh, what's the size, what's the scale we're talking about. Maybe a specific instance of DFM to 3D printed laser cut components. What materials are these? I know it's 3D printed, what laser cut out of acrylic, wood, things like that. Reducing material waste, you can give a percentage of how much your design like cut out, a percentage of total like mass that you cut out. More results and statistics, if possible. Cool. Hello. Welcome, guys. We are over on YouTube Live looking at some resumes. Heavy crane stabilizer project. See, this is much more descriptive than autonomous robot. Designed a prototype model of a backhoe stabilizing system, integrating hydraulics. 2 meter plus extension, engineered industrial using SolidWorks, selecting high strength steel. FEA. Design a hydraulic system for smooth extension. Optimizing attachment points for stability and ensuring easy serviceability. Produce detailed CAD models and manufacturing ready drawings. Right here you can say how big the CAD model is. You could say how big the CAD model is, how many parts, how many assemblies. Bullet points. Because again, big focus with a lot of these is giving results and numbers, and that's what they like to see. So these are small things. There's no overwhelmingly like bad thing about this resume. I mean, it's great, a lot of experience. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. This is cool. Resume portfolio for you guys that in the future will show. And I know there might be more details or numbers of these things in the portfolio, but again, a recruiter's looking at this for 5 seconds. He's probably not going to get to this until he's like really interested. He might just be staying up here. So it's better to have it in here. This is cool. This looks great. I'm not going to go too crazy about this. Too in-depth about a portfolio, but very good graphics. Shows what it does, what you've done, what you designed. See how you called this scavenger robot? Put scavenger robot up there. Personal projects, that's cool. Phone safe, that's cool. Electric skateboard, I did an electric skateboard project. I probably did this exact same project. Mine looked very similar. I took an old board also and slapped a motor. That was fun. Yeah, I mean, this is a great resume. But keep in mind, chat, this is a great format because I think we're going to see a bunch of other ones that don't look like this. And we kind of want to look like this for the format. But I like it. I don't think there's too much to change. Summary of qualifications. Oh, my personal thing with bolded words. I think you bolded something in every line or multiple things. That's too much bolding. Those are like false attention grabbers. And that's kind of misleading. And some recruiters really don't like that. So you can really, I would be very sparse with how much you bold because some of these things like don't matter too much. Like bolding SolidWorks every single time isn't going to be important. Rack and pinion mechanism, sure. Like this doesn't really need to be that bolded because it's going to be, it should be in your title. DFM, DFA, you've said that a lot in your resume. Like if you're going to bold something, bold like these outputs, these numbers, because they're always going to see GD&T. They're always going to see all of like the tech words that they're looking for. But what's different from your resume than everybody else's that says SolidWorks, GD&T, DFM is 97 yield output. Maybe even these enclosures. Again, these statistics on like mass and things like that. So that's my big thing. I would decrease number of bolded words. Makes too many things seem important. The most your results and stats can be bolded. Your results and stats can be bolded because that's what's different on your resume than everyone else's. There you go. Cool. Dates are fine. April 2024, January 2021. These are old projects. Okay. Small thing to consider is this can go at the bottom. I don't have a place for it. Add a comment. Any leadership experience from clubs and orgs? It doesn't have to be large. And you could put it under education, but I personally like it at the bottom just because it's not the first thing they need to know. It's just good to show that you have that personality, you have that drive, and that side of things, because the rest of it will show your technical skills, but they also want a lot of soft skills in a lot of positions, so it's good to know. It doesn't have to be extensive, it could be like 1 line, 2 lines. Keep it very short and brief, 1 line, 2 lines, maybe. Cool. All right. Can I save this? No. Incorrect structure was found in... Oops. All right. Cool. All right. New resume. Give me a new number. Let's get a new number, chat. I was thinking of adding drone inspection job for like 2 bullet points. Sorry, let me pull it up again. Can leadership be replaced with an, oh, sorry. I was thinking of adding drone inspection job or like 2 bullet points to show well-rounded person. Thoughts? What is the drone inspection job, I guess? But yeah, I think you have a lot of space on your resume. You could probably retool these to get some of these lines shorter. Summary of qualifications, you can shorten. Again, your qualifications are all in here. These are your qualifications. So you're probably, for the most part, restating a lot of that stuff. I feel like, I don't know if it's like a lot of outside the US schools, because I think I've seen summary of qualifications and like these paragraphs or bullet points in international resumes and not so much in US. But this is essentially a long skills section. And if you're gonna have a skills section, which you can, I would just shorten it and put it at the bottom, like relevant coursework. That way you have so much more room to add leadership. You can have your drone inspection job. You can go into more details about this. Because you can throw all this stuff, but the recruiter still won't believe that you have those skills until they look like, oh, you have been at an actual professional place doing those things. So, hey guys, welcome. We're over on YouTube Live, by the way. That's why I drew it. I drew this in reverse for you guys on TikTok, by the way. You on YouTube can see it's completely backwards. Took me a few tries. But yeah, so, and I took the initiative to make some money from it in the summer. Yeah, definitely add that at the bottom. You can fit that in. I think there's a lot of space. And cool. Resume 13. We're gonna do 13 first. Resume 13. Carl Anthony Towns. He's actually not a teammate of LeBron James. I don't know why I put Cat. All right, cool. Can I zoom out? Okay. Of course. Carl Anthony Towns. First thoughts, very small thing. I think education got messed up in formatting, so that's fine. Not too bad. I don't know if this is a formatting thing, but I think these are all, this is a little misaligned. So Make sure that's in line. Your dates are all aligned on right side. Again, could be a formatting thing from when we transferred the files, but that one's definitely noticeable, first thing looking. Recruiters love, if they notice a formatting error or like a glaring issue, that will be a big turn off for them. And then this one is me, so we can ignore that. 2028 is a first year. Okay, so I'm not expecting too much experience. Let's see what we got. Engineering technology. First off, right here, first thing, it should be your school. First thing should be Grambling State University. I was like, I had no idea where you were going to college here. I didn't know what engineering technology is. Is an engineering, you put on the form electrical engineering or is it electronics? So is your, I don't know if your major is supposed to be electrical engineering or if it's engineering technology. So maybe make that more clear. GPA is fine, it's high enough. But that's fine. Minor biology, sure. Again, yeah, make this the first thing. May 2028. Relevant skills, 2D AutoCAD, circuit design, engineering economy, calculus, data entry, generative AI, machine learning, data analysis. You can remove that comma. Remove that comma. Experience, Grambling TV Center, Grambling, Louisiana. Maybe just italicize this or something. Italicize. How do you spell italicize? Huh, oh God. There we go, italicize this. Or differentiate it somehow. I'm kind of getting lost. Maybe this is a little nitpicky, but Grambling TV Center, Grambling, Louisiana, Athletics TV Center staff is actually what you did. Make this pop more. This, pop more. And I say that in differentiating it because it's just bolded and also in the second line. Like italicize it, make it a different size, underline it, something, but it's fine. January 2025 to present, sure. Operate the primary wide-range camera during live broadcasts of school events, including nationally televised games, ensuring high quality coverage during fast-paced sports and seamless integration with multiple camera setups. Cool. If you want to make this just practicing to make more result-driven, how many broadcasts, any relevant big games with millions of viewers, or thousands in attendance. Yeah, how many cameras? I don't know. Add more numbers. Assisted with pre-event technical setup, configuring camera systems, verifying connections and calibrating equipment for optimal performance. If you want to submit resumes for review, you can. The link is in my bio. But I will not be able to show, you're going to have to redact all the private information yourself now because I can't do it with my screen up. So if you want your resume submitted right now, you can. But remove all the info. Assisted with pre-event technical setup, including cameras, sure. Promoted to primary camera operator on the first day. Covered the second half of the men's basketball game, demonstrating rapid adaptability and proficiency in live production workflows. Okay. Collaborated with a technical team to manage 5, ensuring synchronization. Sure. Did you manage this team? Because manage and show, this is more leadership. You could probably swing this. You manage them. How many? Leadership. Then want to demonstrate leadership capabilities. Because again, this is not, I mean, your first year, so there's not gonna be that much technical, so showing leadership aspects and that soft skills is good, which you're kind of showing here. Strut LA group, volunteer videographer, a lot of videography. Sure. CapCut Adobe Lightroom to process optimize video data, engineer critical, da da da. Sure. How? Here we go. Let's skip. These are a lot of just work stuff. Not going to be super relevant, so I'm going to skip most of it. Utilized AutoCAD to design abstract individual parts and detail designs of physical. Where did you use this? Because this is probably the most relevant thing on your application so far. Where did you use this? One of the jobs. Did you use this in a job? Did you use this in a project? Even if it was just for learning purposes, make it into a project so that you can have that on your resume as experience. Because this is the best thing in terms of an engineering perspective on your resume. One of the jobs, projects, incorporate this more. Office Suite, everyone can use Office Suite, so not too crazy about that. Certifications, is there certifications? Are there any? Are there any certifications? This looks like you have none. If you have some, you can list them. Hey, I'm a junior in high school doing engineering programs and I'm gonna have an internship. Congratulations, Phoenix. That's kind of a big flex. That's pretty crazy. Congratulations, that's awesome. That's the big thing, because these are cool and do give you a lot of experience. And I know you don't have the most, and like these relevant skills are making a lot of sense now. Where did you use these? You use these. I would say find ways to incorporate these skills, which are relevant skills, but your experience and the rest of your resume doesn't show those relevant skills. So I can't really believe that you know those things because your experience doesn't tell me that. So for me, I would say find where you learn these things and apply them in a way that you can add that to your resume. And then you have a pretty strong resume for a first year. Find where you got these from and find a way to and apply them in a manner. Let's see, find where you got these from and apply them in a manner to where you can add it as a line under experience. Cool. Other than that, that's pretty good. Readability and formatting is not bad. I mean, it does seem a little white space, empty, but again, first year, so can't really trip about that. Okay. Next resume. Give me a number. Is this making sense, guys? Do you guys hate what I'm talking about? Is this relevant? Am I just yapping? I am just yapping, but is it bad? Five. All right, Sergio, I got you. This is Rui Hachimura. Welcome. Hello, hello. How are we doing over there? Okay, cool. 19. We'll do 5. First off, I love it. Personally, I don't know too much about fonts. This is a fine font. McMaster University? Like McMaster car? That's pretty cool. The McMaster car? The GOAT of hardware? You're telling me this person went there? Rui Hachimura went there? That's pretty crazy. This isn't centered because I deleted a bunch of stuff. Off rip. Also fine. Readability, probably like 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. It's fine. It's good. Nothing too crazy. Again, great formatting. kind of different as the last person. You see how it's like much clearer. Actually, I don't know what this is. This is very clear what university they went to, what engineer they are. This is their role, and this is their company. It's very clear and easy to understand and see. This is interesting. I guess it's relevant skills that are pulled from that. I think that's a bit excessive. You have a whole skills section where you word vomit all that stuff. So to do it again in here and then to do it again in here is a bit much. So I would say take these out, personally. I like it, but I'd say take these out. Take these out because you have a skills section and talk about it again in bullet points. It's a cool idea, or take out your skill section. That might be better. Hey dude, love the content and wanted to see if industrial engineering is good. I don't know industrial engineering. I didn't even know, it didn't exist in my school. I don't really know what they do. To be honest, the engineering of industries just sounds like business majors, which maybe it is, but I don't know what they do. I think it is a good engineering, I think it's a good major. I don't know what they do, man. Is anyone an industrial engineer here? Because there's not many of them. They're better than civils. Just kidding. All right, this is a second year resume, okay. Relevant coursework, sure. Activities, sure. Co-captain. This is more relevant. Put this first. This is a way better experience for an engineering resume. Oh, wait. Put this above. This is very engineering, very great experience to have as a young person, and should be the main thing of your resume. If first, it's your main work experience relevant to engineering. Make this most important part. Plus projects. All right. Yeah, this is way more important than camp counselor because this is just leadership activities. Yeah, 3 lines, maybe even 2 if they're this long. I would shorten it. This is good that you have result-based numbers, fostered inclusive supportive. That's all good. They need to see more technical stuff. Led 50 peers and subteams in building, designing, and programming robots to compete in robotics competitions. Engineered and implemented wheel dynamics and drivetrain systems for optimizing for robots. Okay. This is the most important line. Important line. Expand upon this. You want to expand upon this. Give more details of what these robots or these drivetrain systems look like. Paint a picture of what an engineering manager is going to see when they read this line. Because wheel dynamics, drivetrain systems, what does that mean? Is it a chain drive? Use sprockets, metal sprockets, plastic sprockets, 3D printed parts. We designed them on our own. How big are they? How heavy are they? How fast can the robot move with this drivetrain system? How steep of an incline can it do? Give more results and like details of what it is, because again, this is your strongest part. So you want to go in detail upon this kind of system, what kind of parts, statistics, more numbers. Cool. Iteratively develop 20 plus custom robot components and Autodesk and utilize stress simulations to ensure optimal distribution. Oh, hold on, my live on TikTok is ending. Iteratively develop 20 plus. If I'm missing stuff in chat on TikTok, drop it in YouTube live and I'll probably see it better. Sorry. Self-ventilating shower head, that's cool. Inventor CFD, that's really cool. Designed and developed a biomimicry-inspired shower head featuring a pine cone sealing mechanism. It's cool. Reducing mold growth by 90%, huge, great line. Through improved air ventilation and water pressure responsiveness. Rendered using an inventor and 3D printing to create 10 plus design iterations, achieving a 90 for... This is great. Everything you're doing in here, put it into your robotics club also. Because this is a great line. Move these up. Get rid of this, man. That should be like this should be like one line. Achieve the functionality of the airflow mechanism using CFD. Okay, cool. And researched how the shower head would be more successful compared to current solutions. I know you have a lot of results. You can put the results of your CFD simulation. Go into detail about this. This is great. This is cool. I love this. Go into more detail and maybe better describe what this is and what it is for, the why. Other than that, this is awesome. For a second year to have this is great. CFD, a working project, and it seems like you got a lot of results from. Amazing. Real-time fraud detection API. Jesus Christ, who is this guy? Mechanical bio, okay. Scalable API for real-time fraud detection in banking, utilizing convex DB to handle and synchronize 1 million user transactions. Okay, cool. Implemented a dual model architecture combining logistic. Holy shit. TensorFlow. Okay, I'm not a CS major. It is going over my head, but it is cool. I'm just going to skip through this. This is great. Automatic laundry flower folder. Designed an automated laundry flow, identifies folds closing, reduce folding time by 50%. Sure. Engineered folding mechanisms and integrated custom PCBs. Wow. With servo and stepper motors achieving a 97%. This is cool. This is cool. And elaborate on this. Achieving 97% accuracy rate in clothing detection and folding. What the hell? Okay, man. Why, when I'm reading your resume, is the first things I'm reading is a bunch of skills and coursework and camp counselor. You made a robot that folds your laundry, a fraud detection API, and some shower head that gets rid of mold. Why am I reading about Muskoka Woods? Put this all up here. Get rid of this. What the hell? This is a great resume. Just like reduce this. Okay. This should be 1, 2 lines at the bottom of your resume. Move everything else up and make more. Move everything else up. This is a great resume. What the hell? Also for this one. Also retool bullet points to be more like how you did the project bullet points. I know it's a job and maybe you're more managerial, but still your work experience, you still try to treat your bullet points as result driven, as projects, like what you did as the co-captain. What project, what result did you deliver? What robot was created? And then give as many statistics and numbers as you can. But this was a crazy resume that got a lot better towards the end than the beginning. I would like axe most of this, to be honest. I would move this out, move this to bottom if you decide to keep it. You can even just get rid of it, honestly. Focus on your projects because all those skills are shown through there. And the resume ATS system will still show it. Move this to bottom if you decide to keep it. Maybe get rid of it completely. Same with coursework. All right. new number. Chat, new number. Hey, Rocky, how's it going? What's going on, guys? We're over on YouTube Live currently. We're reviewing resumes, your guys' resumes. So hop over there, and then we can see what we're looking at. How are we doing, guys? Was I right about that last one? Because that was crazy. Keep your coursework for 5 or remove it? That's a good question. Kinetics, dynamics. Personally, I don't think this is going to impress anybody. These are just required courses that everyone has to take. I would axe it personally. What's cool about your resume and what's unique about this resume is this stuff. All this projects, your co-captain stuff, that's what's different. Everyone's gonna have these because everyone's a mechanical engineer, you know? So personally, I would get rid of it. Get the recruiter to this stuff faster. Because the sooner they see this, the more they're gonna wanna keep your resume in the pile. If you wanna move like some leadership activities, again, you can have a small bullet at the bottom of like orgs. Let's take a look at LeBron's resume. Where is it? Here, you have relevant work experience, all that. At the very bottom, organizations. This is leadership stuff. There's more bullet points than probably needed, but old relevant coursework, or not even coursework, old relevant leadership experience at the bottom, because it's not that as important. What's cooler is mechanical engineer, design engineer. That's the first things. See how short this is? I could even make this shorter. This line, probably not worth it to keep in there. That's not really doing much for my resume. All right, give me a new number, chat. But other than that, this is pretty great. For second year, a lot of good projects. This is exactly what you kind of want as a second year if you haven't gotten an internship. Chat, new number. Or I'm gonna spin the wheel. Hello, hello. Two. Sure. Dwayne Wade. Okay. First thing I noticed about Dwayne Wade's resume, huge white space all around, almost too big. You can get closer to the edge, my guy. You can edge closer. No, not that. Make your borders a little smaller, because probably in my hands this is gonna look very weird. How big that gap is. First thing. Make less white space, get closer to border. Okay, cool. It's fine. Education, very simple. University, degree. Maybe nitpicky, but like maybe bold or italicize. Don't italicize this. It kind of looks just jumbled up here. Move this to the right side. Have it in line with all your rest of your dates. There you go. Okay, cool. What is this, a fourth year? Okay. So, yeah, everything looks a little, because these borders are so freaking huge, the gap between these lines make this look really dense. I'll spin the wheel next, Patrick. I think you also submitted one, Patrick. We can try and find yours if you want. Hackensack, that's a hilarious place. MES Fascinators, machine operator. Set up Sugami CNC machines for optimal performance. What is optimal performance? Maximizing tool life and efficiency. Oversaw maintenance, replacement in CNCs for continuous quality. Analyze and modify CNC programs to meet exact part specifications and requirements. Set up and operated manual lathes and millings for machining. I mean, it's fine. Develop 3D models and export drawings. Okay, here we go. Let's start with this. Developed in what? For what? More results and numbers. How many? Okay. Revise and updated drawing files to align with data. So, yep, sure. Set up and operated manual lathes for machining. This is kind of small, but CNC machines. Add number of axis. 3 or 5. That's a small thing, but it's going to be a keyword like a 5-axis CNC, 3-axis CNC. And that'll be useful to have since he is a machine operator. Any statistics or numbers to elaborate on this? Okay. I just have overall more numbers. Quality metals finishing and driver. Cool. Coordinated plated parts transfer for timely delivery and pickup. Provided support across plating departments to enhance factory efficiency. Give me a statistic on this. Give me a statistic on efficiency. Coordinated plated parts for time delivery and coordinated. How many people or trucks did you manage? How much revenue did this generate? This isn't super technical, so like that's why we're just trying to add some like leadership or business jargon to like show that he was useful there. Production assistant. Are my engineering classes in college that important, or will I just learn from experience? I mean, they're important so that you can apply your... Sorry, the question was, are my engineering experiences relevant, or will I just get everything from my projects and things like that? You need to know the stuff in the classes to then be able to apply it in your clubs or projects or experience. So yes, you kind of do need to know that, and they are important. That's why they teach it to you. Coordinate scheduling, planning, and allocation of job materials, sure. So this is more job stuff. Not as important. Leadership, English as a second language teacher, well, that's pretty cool. See, leadership, 2 lines, not too much, that's good. American Society of Civil Engineering. Okay, member, assistant in formulating, measuring. Okay, here we go. These 2 stuff, not that technically relevant for a mechanical engineer. Like, I know it is finishing. What's cool and relevant is that you're literally a member of the American Society of Civil Engineering and Mechanical Engineering doing technical work in those societies. Why is there 1 line for that? You know? 1 line for these. This should be a majority of your this should be a majority of your resume right here. Assisted in formulating, measuring concrete ingredients for construction of a racing canoe. Talk about the racing canoe. Did your team win? How big could it float? What did you do there? That's your relevant experience right here. I was going to say, for a 4th year, sure, you might not have gotten lucky with internships and stuff, but like you have technical experience. You're just not talking about it. This resume kind of looks like a 2nd year resume, personally. But it's because you're not showing me your technical stuff. Give me the tech. Why is there 1 line for these? Yo, what's going on, Isaac? How's it going? I'm just yelling at people for the resume. Why is there 1 line for these? This is your technical experience right here. I'm bad at typing also, so be quiet, chat. Technical experience right here. And also, don't just say you're a member as your role. If you're a part of, don't say you're a member of the society if your role in it was on a team project. Talk about you're a member of that project. What was your role? I was a concrete measurer in the concrete canoe team or something. I don't know what the roles are, but just like go more in detail. Like that is a technical experience that you have that you're not showing to people. Don't just say you're a member as your role if you're of the team. I.e., example, if you're part of the Formula Racing team on like the chassis sub team, I'm not going to say I am a member of Formula Racing. I am a member of the chassis steering sub team for the Formula race car, and I designed these plates to be fucking did this, or I did this, etc., etc. There's so much that you can talk about. Like, again, determine the precise dimensions and ensured optimal material selection for the trebuchet project. What is this trebuchet project? You built a catapult. Why am I learning about production assistant when you built a freaking weapon? That's mechanical engineer. Lockheed would want you. You've built them a weapon already. I don't want to know about your production assistant in screws. Can this kill somebody? That's what I want to know. Man. But you got a lot of stuff here. It's just not being shown properly, which is why we're having this whole thing. And again, sorry I'm from coming off brash, but I'm just being real with you guys. I want you guys to get a job. Just never put Microsoft Office. Just X this. X this, not important. Important. MATLAB's important, SolidWorks, sure. You can have skills at the bottom. See, skills at the bottom, not that important. Everything else we're talking about, way more important. That's why skills should be at the bottom. Cool. This whole resume just needs to focus on the two things that you left one line for. Okay, cool. Patrick, we can do your resume now. The Frog Warrior. Guys, we're over on YouTube, by the way. We're over here reviewing people's resumes. Patrick, which one's yours? Or we can spin the wheel, Patrick. I know you also wanted the wheel. So, are we spinning the wheel, Patrick? I'm gonna let you choose here, Chief. This is all you. Or you can try and figure out which one's yours based on over here on the left. Guys, we're picking a new resume to look at right here. Wheel of resumes. All right, guys, we're going to the wheel. Spin that wheel. All right. Spin that wheel. Spin that wheel. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. And we have 15, 16. We also might have done this already. Oh, 17. No way. Have we done 17? We might have done 17 already. Danny Green. All right, hell yeah. Let's do it, guys. All right. First off, eye test, great. Resume, look at this. Danny Green, UCF, electrical engineering, job, undergraduate research. Not bad. See how easy it is to go from, again, let me just show you. This is exactly where my eyes went. As soon as I opened, looked right here. I looked right here, and I immediately went down and then did this. This is the most important part again, guys. I'm gonna keep pushing this, the F method. All your most important stuff, education, name, and most relevant job should be in this area. Notice no skills. Skills are at the bottom. We like this. See, I like that. Okay, cool. LinkedIn, Danny Green, Central Florida, BS. You can remove this. Remove this. Just say B.S. electrical. They know it's in electrical engineering. Just adding words is not really relevant. GPA. GPA is not the most important. GPA is not that important. Put it in the subline because see how long this is? University of Central Florida is already a long school name. You say BS in electrical engineering, that's adding words. 3.6 GPA. This is just a really long line. Not that important. Just put it in line below. Again, we're trying to scan this resume really fast. Want to make it as easy for them as possible. Nice, sure. Dean's List. Who cares? What year are you? Second year. All right, undergraduate research apprentice at Brain Lab. See, this at stuff, we need to get rid of that. Right here. Like we know it's at Brain Lab. If you say Brain Lab, we know. Remove. What are these prepositions? Prepositions, wow. I haven't thought of that since English in high school. Prepositions. Remove all the prepositions. We know. But I would say either move it as a subheader or change the format to differentiate. And what I mean by that is italicize Brain Lab. Italicize Brain Lab, put a dash, move it to the subheader, move your position, switch those two because we want differentiation to make it more clear. Learned how to use module gate lab and accompanying software, dflow. Just say dflow. Flow. Undergo own research project focused around, again, you're kind of beating around the bush a lot of this, just be more direct. Underwent own research project focused on blah, blah, blah. Just did research retropulsion furthering knowledge of Parkinson's disease or something like that. There's a lot to do. This is very beat around the bush. Be more direct. Led retropulsion project learning XYZ about Parkinson's or something like that. Give more, be direct and give results / specific numbers about what happened. Because like, yeah, again, led this project using this method and this software to learn XYZ numbers about people with Parkinson's. That's way stronger than this undergo own research project focused on that. Okay, aid graduate students with master's thesis focused on how did you aid them? How did you aid them? Just talk about that. I think this is gonna be a recurring theme. Job shadow at Duke Energy. Process the future of renewable energy and what is most needed in the industry. You didn't do that. Grab the differences in energy transmission. Okay. These aren't that relevant because you didn't, there's a lot of learning and doing. So I'd make these smaller lines. If that, might just remove all this stuff. Oops. Okay, let's, I get what you're doing here. You're kind of like adding these work experiences to kind of like beef up the resume and say I've worked with these companies. Unfortunately, you didn't get to do stuff, which is what they care about. it's cool that you got to hear about a lot of these different softwares and processes and stuff, but that's not what's going to get you a job still. So like this isn't that important or relevant. I know what you're adding these. Since you didn't build or do anything with your learnings, unfortunately not that relevant for a recruiter. If you did stuff, I would add it in and talk about it. If you did stuff, I would talk fucking about it. If you didn't do anything, I would say move it, make it a line, make it one line, maybe two, and move it at the bottom. I would reduce this to 1 or 2 lines and move below any technical experience. You could put this more in leadership then, because job shadowing is not going to get you an internship, unfortunately, even if you're just a second or first year. Projects. See, projects, that's what's going to get you an internship, and we want to learn about this. Project lead for oxygen concentrator. Led small team of 12 undergraduate students. Good to build an oxygen estimated around $1,500 with a $1,000 budget. Sure. I like the numbers. Give more numbers about what it does. You can shorten this somehow. Can shorten this or reword this to make it smoother. A little wordy. Also, this is build an oxygen concentrator. That's the most important thing. What did you do? How did you build it? All that stuff. What materials? Blah, blah, blah. That's what we want to know. This is the most important thing. I want so many more details about this. I don't know what an oxygen concentrator is. I want to know from reading your bullet points, and right now I don't know. I just know that you didn't have enough money to do it. So you need to be more clear with what an oxygen concentrator is and talk technically about it and like what you did for that. Technical, how you did it, what you did, how well does it work? Sure, radio frequency identification. So an RF, okay. I see, personal project with the code, constructed circuit with minimal cost. Sure, the minimal cost thing, I used to do that. Utilized an Arduino board. Sure. It's pretty simple, basic, nothing too crazy. I wouldn't expand too much upon that. Hi, Alyssa. Welcome. I'm roasting people's resumes right now. Not roasting, I'm helping, I'm improving. Institute for IEEE Workshop Committee. Sure. Play and technical skill workshops. Breadboarding, yeah. How many, what size? How many people attended? How many, what size? Why don't you have to worry about a resume? I feel like, what is your job? Will? Unfortunately, we do. Host the linear circuits, boarding, sure. Communicate with other members, blah, blah, blah. Okay, organize events for the year for members. IEEE. Did you do a technical project? I would start. I would join one. This is good. You're doing great stuff. Again, I'm just being hard because you need more projects. You need more technical things to talk about. Like workshop committee is great. Membership engagement director is great. And like organizing this stuff for the community is awesome. And I love that stuff. That's great. But in terms of an internship, those aren't going to help you as much. You need to join a project, a technical something to be able to talk about on your resume. So it's pretty good. overall, it's good for a second year. Big things to focus on are more result-driven bullet point lines and then getting under technical projects to then be able to put on here. More technical projects to be able to add here. And more result statistic driven bullet points. Okay, cool. And then skills are the bottom, we don't care. All right, what's next, y'all? Give me a new number. Welcome, guys. We're over on YouTube right now, so we're not going through too many. Patrick, Will, mechanical engineer, just graduated last fall, but I'm working there as an intern through pretty much all of college. Will, your resume is still very important. So you definitely still have to worry about a resume. Even if you're gonna work there full time, which is probably your plan, and honestly really good that you got that. But still update your resume, because if you would end up leaving that company and you need to use your resume again, and you haven't touched it in like 6 years, that's gonna really hurt you, because you need to go into your you need to go into your details. And if you don't remember them because you did it 6 years ago, that sucks to suck, but very, very important. And a thing a lot of people don't do when they're in a situation similar to you is not update your resume regularly. Because trust me, it's going to save you a load of pain down the road when you need it again. Awesome. 18, who picked the last one? I guess you guys both spun the wheel. Patrick or Sergio, have we found yours yet? I'm guessing we haven't. Which one do we want? 18 or 23? Okay, I'm going to open 18, and then I'm going to open 23. Oh, we did 23 already. This was Bronny James. Bronny James was a great one. We can look at it real quick. I'm guessing you're at ME 4th, so we can go 21, 22. Yeah. And again, like, the important thing is you might not be planning on leaving, but you'll never know what's going to happen. What if the company goes under? What if they have to downsize because of the job market or something? And they unfortunately have to lay you off. Even if they loved you, they might have to get rid of you, you know? Because at the end of the day, it's a business. And so it's just good to have as a backup plan. It takes not that much work if you keep constantly doing it, and it'll save you a lot of work down the road. Dwight Howard. How about Dwight Howard? This is 18. I'm going to go to 18 also. All right, Intern Club. Oh my God, big fan. We're doing resume reviews over on YouTube Live. Welcome, dude. Guys, on TikTok right now, on our TikTok Live, Intern Club just joined. Great resource also for you guys. Give great advice about resumes, interviews, applying, strategies, tactics. Definite follow for you guys. But yeah. 22, are we doing 22? Are we doing 18? What do you want? What do you think, Sergio? Guys, join up over here. It's link in my bio. You want 22? Okay. Cool. Dwight Howard. All right. Format is all right. It's not, it's okay. I might change the format. For example, like, yeah, I might change the format. Mostly, big thing that's catching out my eye right here is like, this is very chunky right here. Location and duration. I would just axe both of these words. When you say San Diego, California, we know that's where it's at. And then duration, again, we also know where it's at. So I would just get rid of those. Let's see. Because, yeah, it makes this right side super super clunky. So let's start there. Oops, can't do both. Let's just highlight. Remove these words. Makes right side less cluttered. Okay. Cool. Skills and qualifications, sure. Education, same thing with these two. Nitpicky, get rid of the slash 4.0. We know it's out of 4. Slash 4.0. Also move to same line as degree. Also remove the word degree. Again, we're just trying to reduce the amount of space, trying to make this as easy as possible. Oh my God, this tool. Come on. I'm fighting the system here. There we go. Remove this. Northern Arizona University. I don't know if naming the school is that important. This could be a complete nitpicking thing. I don't know if it's that important. Like, again, if you say Northern Arizona University, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering, 3.06, gets the same thing across in 2 lines of half the size. You can get rid of location for this also because we know it's Arizona and just put May 2025. I don't know if this is completely relevant. So again, we can just make it much more clear and very fast. And then when I said this, actually maybe keep graduated. You can keep graduated if you wanted. I'm talking more of duration. Get rid of duration, the word. And I mean the word duration. Because we know May 22 to August 22 is duration. Graduated May 2025 is still pretty relevant, so you can choose to keep graduated if you want, but if you leave May 2025, they're still going to know you graduated then. Okay. Past that, relevant work experience, canonics, position. Again, we're being overly communicative here. Position. The word. We don't need the word position. Mechanical engineering intern. Mechanical engineering intern. I can see you've interned with them multiple times. Let's see. I would try and. I see why. Let's see. Maybe you can retool like this title to make it more useful. Of like this internship, we were focused on the buoy project. If there's a name for the buoy project, so then we'll call this mechanical engineering intern, comma buoy project intern. This drop test or something like that, or test engineering or something like that. I see, but like figure out a way to like kind of remove all of the, or like this is just getting a little repetitive. And like kind of structure it in a better way to differentiate these years. Maybe just like first year intern, second year intern, if you really need to. Because as a recruiter, I would just get annoyed reading position the same thing over and over again. I know this is different, but still. And then let's go into your parts. But I mean, again, it's great that you have this experience. This is very impressive to be able to come back all the time. I don't want to seem like it's not impressive. Designed and developed an iteration of kinetics using SolidWorks, using previous model of upgraded parts. Sure. Learned GD&T and produced engineering drawings for manufacturing. Instead of learned, let's get a stronger word here. Because how did you apply GD&T? I know it's like in the drawing, so like let's talk more about what happened in those drawings, because learn GD&T is the same as just like kind of like saying I know how to do this without proving that you know how to do it. So maybe talk more about your engineering drawings. I know like maybe it's just produced engineering drawings with GD&T specifications using these standards of ASME or something like that for X number of parts. Number of parts, statistics. I know I'm going to say statistics. I've been saying it a lot, but again, that's what they want to hear. And I know you're here, so I'll shorthand some of this stuff. And you can always rewatch the VOD. Hey guys, let's see. Led the redesign of the buoy to meet company customer requirements. Sorry, my ears are hurting. Drafted detailed engineering drawings following GD&T standards. Introduced additive manufacturing to produce 3D prototypes, reducing costs and expediting bench testing. Introduced additive manufacturing to produce. So are you saying you 3D printed prototypes? Okay. Okay. I see. Let's drafted detailed engineering drawings, led the redesign. Let's learn more about the redesign in these customer requirements. I know you're probably an NDA. I know it's NDA, but try and somehow give more explanation of like, what is this redesign of? Like, led the redesign of these specific parts of some subsystem that improved performance or that met the requirement of the benchmark of this parameter. Like, let's learn more about like what you accomplished of the entire buoy. So every single part was redesigned. How many parts is that? What was the focus of these new company and customer requirements that required the redesign? Let's go more into detail without violating your NDA. Because we improved the weight requirement, we improved the buoyancy, the size, able to repackage everything in a smaller footprint. You know, there's a lot to explain there that we're missing out on, which is, I'm sure you did a lot of good stuff, and like leading the whole redesign is cool. Refine the buoy model to align with updated engineering specifications. Like, what were these specifications? There's more detail overall, I think. Created precise GD&T compliant drawings for manufacturing. Utilized additive manufacturing to validate tolerances, improve visual representation. So you created a scale model for customer approval kind of a thing. Sure. Complete redesign. Let's talk about it then. 30 parts. Redesigned 30 different parts because they weren't. What was the improvement? What is this iteration? What is this redesign? What did you achieve with this redesign? Improve visual representation, like designed a prototype scale model for customer facing event or like meeting or something like that. Scale model prototype to show to investors for validation. That's poorly worded, but like something along those lines is much stronger than improve visual representation for public venue. And I'm just gonna leave it, but same thing with this stuff. Same as above. Go more detailed and what happened and why. Again, these bullet points are supposed to paint a picture of what you did, and like I should be able to envision kind of what you were doing. And this stuff is great, really cool experiences that you have, but I guess I'm not getting enough detail, or like I can't envision what you did in these 3 summers. But great stuff that you got. Let's see. Klein's libraries, Maker Lab, awesome. Assist patrons with 3D printing troubleshooting, CAD software and project planning, collaborate with students to prototype and fabricate custom designs, 3D printers, developed expertise in quick thinking. I know you want to include these. Try and figure out a more concrete way to say of like how you applied these. Because just saying that you have this expertise, recruiters and managers can't believe that unless there's proof. So focus more on like what you did instead of what you've learned from it. And they're going to be able to see that you learned quick thinking, 3D print fabrication, and communication skills through what you've done. Focus. So I'm just going to say focus more on what you did rather than what you learned from it. Your description, your experience, and what you did will show these things. Projects, dude, you got a lot of experience, man. This is awesome. And I'm going kind of more in depth and taking my time with this because you're here, you know. Marine engineering collegiate competition, you're a CAD and manufacturing lead. Use skills from previous internship experiences. Let's just axe this. Remove this. That's using a lot of words to say designed and manufactured an open water energy generator. We know you're going to be using your skills from previous internship experiences. We want to know more details. So move this. Design and manufacture an open water energy generator. Awesome. Instead of having used skills from previous internship experiences, designed and manufactured an open water energy generator that did X, Y, and Z. That's what you should add towards this line to make it a stronger line instead of adding the beginning part. X, Y, Z to place us X in the competition, or that costed this much, that does this, produces this result. The XYZ method. I did X using Y to get Z. That's what, follow that formula. So is that, I think that'll help you structure a lot of these things. I did X to produce, or using Y to get Z. Even if it's still going on right now, what is your estimate? What is your what are you expecting your generator to produce? How much kilowatts of energy? Using how much water? How efficient it is? Give me those numbers that you think of you're going to produce. And then say present then, because the competition is still ongoing. I know it ends in May, but you should still just say present because it hasn't happened yet. Obtained and managed a $20,000 budget, ensuring efficient use of materials and water sources. Okay. Communicated with team members on progress to design. These could be stronger. Partnered with university clubs and public clubs to bring awareness to agree. Okay. Those are 3 good lines, or like 3 good stuff. But if this is going to be like sent out for an internship, these 3 lines aren't that important. The budget isn't too important. You can like work that into like a cost-effective design. Working it with DFM principles to mitigate assembly, like need of welding or something like that. You can show through your technical skills and like what your technical experience was that you've had to work under a constrained budget instead of trying to just say you had this budget, you know? Communicated cross-functionally, like do the classic something with cross-functional teams. Everyone loves to talk about that. Cross-functional team, and talk about the size. The size and like project, this line is communicating project management skills. So keep that in mind. When writing this line, be like, this is demonstrating that I can be a project manager, and then talk about, in as much technical or business jargon as you can, about managing this team on a timely manner to meet deadlines. Because communicating with team members on progress design, manufacturing is just kind of essentially saying you just hung out and talked to them about some stuff. You can make this a lot stronger of a line if you want to show if you want to show your project management skills. And then overall, I want to know more about this. More technical, more details, more numbers. Just give me more, man. This could probably going to be the same thing. Let's say engineered a custom plug-in electric vehicle by converting a one-wheel XR, leveraging open source resources. This is fluff. This doesn't mean that much. Open source resources, design, and like I know what you did, but that's not what we want to hear about, is what I mean when I say fluff. Designed and fabricated a custom controller housing and other components using additive manufacturing and precision machining. Okay, here we go. Designed and fabricated a custom housing and other components. Let's just say housing components and other components using additive manufacturing and precision machining. I would just, instead of using the buzzword additive, just saying like 3D printing. Because unless it's some cool, unique 3D printing method, just say 3D printing. You're beefing up the wrong things, I guess. Just being like designed and fabricated a custom controller housing, like 3D printed custom controller housing out of PLA plastic, and also whatever precision machining is. Is it like house tools? Is it a drill press? I'd rather hear that than precision machining, because it's almost making me more specific. Saying precision machining is making me more suspicious of what you're doing. Like, are you trying to fluff it up to make it sound way more complicated than what it is? Because if it's drill press, chop saw, and things like that, that's completely fine. I would just say that. That's still great and cool. But saying precision machining is like almost trying to like get me to think like you CNC'd something. And if you CNC'd something, then say CNC. But it's almost misleading me in a sense, which is almost worse, if you get that. Just say exactly what it is. Don't be too vague, because you might be misleading. Yeah, then CNC milling is so much better than precision machining. That's crazy. That's awesome. Talk about the CNC mill that you used. Like a 5-axis, 3-axis CNC mill. Is it metal components? That's awesome. Like, I couldn't get that from precision machining, because now I'm stuck here trying to figure out what does that mean. And to me, I would have just guessed that was a chop saw or like a hand drill. Or like, you know? Like used a 5-axis CNC mill on a metal plate to make, you can make this so much stronger and better. And way more impressive, because it sounds like you're doing a lot of really cool stuff. It's just hard for me to pull that out. And a recruiter is not going to spend this long on this resume. But dude, you have such good experience, man. You can make this shorter. Awards and treatment. Dude, I'm very impressed with you. So you got so much good stuff, Dwight Howard. I would just say Eagle Scout 2019. You can just say Eagle Scout. Make this all shorter. Leadership, project management, community service. Achieved 4th degree black belt. Just list them. I know you have to put the words in, but like kind of like how you did here. This is a different section. Just list them. Black belt in karate, blue belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Eagle Scout. That's pretty cool. And this is good. You have enough space for it, and you can... I fear that you need to elaborate a lot more on this stuff, and some of this might be pulled out, bumped out. This and this. Skills and qualifications, again, I think can be at the bottom. I'd rather know your university and your internship before I know anything about your skills. But other than that, dude, you have a great resume. You got a lot of experience. And some retooling, you're going to have such a strong resume. And you'll probably be getting a lot of internships or interviews. Unless you're already going to take this company, because clearly they like you to hire you for 3 summers. So I'm assuming you have you could get a full-time if you wanted. Also, I would actually just get rid of your GPA. 3.0 is good, but it's not 4.0, so might as well just leave it off. Because a lot of companies might want 3.5 or looking at that. So like just, that's something you can hide from them and is okay. So I would just axe 3.0. Yeah, great work, dude. Is there, maybe we just do one more. I know we have a lot left, but I'm getting really hungry. So, and we can do more down the road. So that's awesome. Let's try and let's pick one more, guys. This was a really great resume to work through. This is awesome. All right, one last one to do. Someone give me a number. Sergio, did we do yours yet? I don't know if you're still here. Also, you said your resume is subpar. I don't think so. His was amazing. Yours, everyone's got their own stuff. So if you're still here, let me know which number you think it is and we can try it. If you guys are over here on TikTok, we're on YouTube Live reviewing resumes. You can see on the screen. So if you guys want a resume reviewed, let me know. But we're over there. So we're on the computer doing it. So hop on over there. It's on my profile. And yeah, let me know. Any numbers left, or else we're just going to spin the wheel? We spinning it? I need to take off these headphones. Oh my God. Oh, my ears. Ow. All right. Any more guys on TikTok? If you guys want to do any, let me know. Just give me a number 1 through 23, and then we'll pull up a resume and we'll talk through it. All right. Also, if not, we can call it here. I think we can also maybe do that. Oh, never mind. We got a number 10. Jeremy, I'm gonna ask you: is yours here? Did you submit one? Because if 10 isn't yours, then we can try and figure out which one's yours if you want. So let me know. But let me open up 10. We got Chris Bosch today. Does this look like yours? 3rd year Mac? Give me a confirmation. We can run through it. Yep. Awesome. All right. Let's do it. Chris Bosch resume. All right. First off, pretty unique format. Dude, let me know about this, Jeremy. In Canada, is it common? Is it like the norm to have this summary section? Because it's not normal in the US. So I just want to ask that before going into this. And you're a 3rd year mechanical engineering. Info at the top, sure. Chris Bosch, mechanical engineering student. Red Seal, it's very normal. Okay, so then I will not talk too much about that because I'm not as familiar. Because I saw some people's earlier were like bullet points instead of paragraph. So maybe something to consider. If you're applying for US jobs, I don't know if I would have that section, to be honest. Red Seal welder, metal fabricator, sure. Okay. Because have you been here? I'll just go over it again because recruiters see a resume as the F method in the sense of everything, the first things they look at within like the first, again, a recruiter will look at your resume for maybe 5 to 10 seconds. This is where their eyes draw to first. It goes right here and then right here. They go boom, boom. They're looking for name, university, and then your relevant work experience. So keep that in mind for your F. I do think it's cool that it's on the right side, but like, again, first thing I do when I look at a resume, oops, this isn't even that good of an example, but let's say, open a resume, I'm like, bam, these are the first things I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking for right there. And it's in the shape of an F. So that's why they call it the F method. I would keep everything almost over there. I think it looks cool. I would shift these. I'd put this over here and then put those over there. Consider putting this on either center or left. Because again, recruiters are going very fast. They're going through 1,000 resumes. They're going to look right here and miss it. Hey, is that Haley? I forgot to submit mine. Submit yours right now. Redact your info, though, because I'm not going to be able to do it. And if you want to, we can go through it. But I might be finishing after this one. But like, I'm sorry that you forgot to submit. Okay, anyway, moving through. I'm going to skip the summary section. Let's go to education. Bachelor of Engineering, Mechanical, University of Columbia. I think I'd rather have this first. I'd rather know. It's okay. I would submit it now, Haley, and then I'm probably going to schedule another one of these streams in the near future, and then we can do it then. I'd put school first, just because I'm more interested in knowing where you went to school and what your background is, and then I can quickly learn your mechanical. Future, sure. See this, a lot of people do. Get rid of start date. Just put your graduating, just put when you're graduating. My camera's about to die also, but we can switch that out. But just put when you're graduating. It'll, for one, hide that if you're on the younger side, like you're September 25, it'll hide that. Oh no, my camera died. Give me 1 second, chat. Just gonna switch this camera really quick. One second, y'all. We're just gonna switch the camera battery so we can get that camera back on. All right, here we go. Got the camera. Boom, boom. And we're back on. All right, hold on, chat. Technical difficulties. This is the best setup I could do. So I have to physically replace the camera battery, unfortunately. Okay. And we're back. All right. So, back to what I was saying. get rid of the start date for your schools because it'll shield that what year, like if you're younger, and also they just care about when you're graduating. So just let them use that. Advanced diploma, mechanical engineering technology, bridge to UBC. Okay. Campus and college, graduated education. Okay, interesting, like a step school, sure. Skills, interpersonal. If you are gonna have a skill section, put your technical skills first. Those are the most important things. Your interpersonal next. Microsoft Suite acts the whole thing. Everyone is expected to know Microsoft Suite. Focus more on machining. If you're mechanical, focus on more tools. 3D printing, CNC mill and lathe, chop saw, laser cutter, welding. Those are more relevant than Microsoft Suite. So yeah, let's just say get rid of Microsoft. Technical skills first. More tools also. Like engineering strengths is cool. And again, I would rather see your work experience or your project experience first. I would move that to the bottom. Let's go. Magnolia Hotel and Spa Valet Attendant. Maintain guest retention by delivering exceptional service through activate. Yep, okay. Greeting guests promptly and assisting with the luggage to ensure a welcoming, safely park and retrieve vehicles while maintaining accurate records to provide efficient and reliable valet services. Sure. United Engineering, okay. Welder, fabricator, developed custom aluminum solutions in collaboration with local artists and marine industries. Manage fabrication processes, client satisfaction, and custom designs to unique requirements. First thing that I'm seeing, I would just get rid of this. I'd axe this whole thing because I want to read more about your welding experience than your valet experience. I know this is more relevant, or like this is more recent, but in terms of an engineering internship or an engineering job, that's not gonna help you. What's crazy to me is this is 2 lines, which maybe you didn't stay there, you stayed there for a year. This should be a lot more lines than just 2. Like your valet experience has 3 lines, this has 2. Should be flipped at minimum. This should have 4 or 5. Way more details. Axe this. Probably remove this. Probably remove this. It's good experience and like interpersonal skills, but not exactly relevant. And this shouldn't be the first thing that a recruiter sees about your work experience, because to them, that's just going to say you don't have any technical skills, and they're just going to move on from you. I want to know more about this. What are these custom aluminum solutions? What are some cool, interesting ones that you've done with these local artists or these marine industries? Give me a specific instance, a cool one, like give me statistics about like the welding, like what kind of welding did you do? How big it was, how precise the welds had to be. I don't know too much about welding, but I feel like there's more detail that you can give that would impress me more. I was telling them before, your bullet points should give me as a recruiter a clear image of what you were doing and working on, so that I can see what kind of person you are. And these are kind of detailed, but still a little vague. Like, develop custom aluminum solutions to local artists. Like, that's a very vague image I'm getting right now. Worked with local artists to create 6-foot metal structure that was put in the center of the town that weighs this much, that these weld beads had to resist this force, or this much welding I had to do on this project. That gives a lot more detail about who you are than just developing a custom aluminum solution. I'm just going to leave it as way more detail because you're going to have the VOD and you're here right now. So, but right off the bat, way more details, way more numbers, way more results in both of these experiences than your valet attendant experience. Alloy specialist, manage fabrication processes. Which processes? What processes? Client satisfaction, acts that, and custom designs to unique requirements. Cool. Unique requirements, I'm sure you had some pretty funky stuff that you had to do. Talk about them. Let me know what those are. You can probably make this like a majority of your resume if you wanted to. Because this is, so far, this is like the most important thing on your resume. Your welding experience. Sorry, I'm gonna take a drink. Led fabrication projects in the food industry, including plant shutdowns, expansions, and custom designs. Okay, collaborated with R&D engineers to troubleshoot, optimize, and implement new equipment, ensuring seamless integration into production processes. Could you possibly get a number? Like, how much efficiency did it improve? What were we able to output in a set number of time? And like, what was the old amount that we could do, and how much better have we gotten? What are these optimization processes, you know? Go more into it a little bit, if you can. Produce detailed CAD drawings on SolidWorks. Ensured project accuracy. What is give me a measure of that. How can you ensure better project accuracy? Because this is showing that you have done a lot of stuff, but I'm not seeing what has become of it. Like, what are the results of all this stuff that you're doing? That's what recruiters want to know, and that's really what's going to set you apart from everyone else. So personally, let's not compare, but like, let's say this resume, we immediately learn about a lot of like the technical stuff that he's done right off the bat. And here, I'm not getting to it until the very end of your resume, which is a big issue for a technical role. So all this stuff should probably be closer to up here. Like, let's see. I don't know how big this has to be, but I would almost shorten that. I would make this really short, like make it almost like as big as, like remove this spacing and all these lines because then you have more space. I'd move skills down here so that at least your work experience starts all the way up here. And then now I can know who you are and like what your technical skills are. And then also like stuff like this, MATLAB, where did you apply a lot of this stuff? Are you doing technical projects in school, personal projects? I would throw those on here because right now the only thing that's relevant on your resume is this section right here. I know you have the certifications, but we assume you have those certifications because you have these welding experiences. So this section right here is the most important part of your resume and should be most of your resume. I would shore up and like tighten, make all these other sections smaller and give more room for this work experience because this right here is what's going to get you an internship. What's going to get you an interview, what's going to get you an internship, a job. And then go more into detail about all this stuff. It should be a majority of your resume. Look at the LeBron James. One full-time work experience takes up this much of his resume. Older experiences are only like 2 lines. But his most recent experience takes up a huge chunk of it. Compared, and like, this experience should probably be the size of closer to this one if you can. Now I'm not saying just add any random thing, but still focus on result-driven statistics and numbers and direct improvements and results that you've created, but I would still, this shouldn't be 2 lines. Other than that, I mean, like, welding is such a unique experience, and you could probably swing that towards like manufacturing engineering and apply that to like personal projects that you could put on here. Because Because right now I don't know if you've done personal projects or like technical projects and things like that from this resume. And if you have, that's going to help you get a job. You should be on here. Yeah. But let me know. Yeah, are you in any clubs? What have you built? What have you done, Jeremy? Let me know. Oops. Are you here, Jeremy? Shorten. Sure, if you're currently in Capstone, talk about that. What are you making? Give me some details. Overall, shorten. How do you include a capstone project? Yeah, you can make another section. Right here, this person has projects under their relevant work experience. And then you could just go name of your capstone project, like RC car or like autonomous robot, something, something. And then what were your main, was your main role? You can kind of make that up. Like, were you a lead CAD designer? Were you just the lead on the whole project? You don't even have to put your position. Just put project, autonomous rover, and then what it does, what you designed, how it performed, et cetera, et cetera. What were the results of that? Skills, work experience. Let's see like here, another section, academic projects. I'm not saying use this format. I don't like this format, but another section, battery pack, capstone, engineered what I did. See here, reduced module volume by 11%, cell weight by 9%. What are your target? And I know you're probably working on it right now, but you can even talk about what are your target goals or results or numbers that you want to achieve. I'm designing a autonomous rover that can traverse 4% incline using this motor, this code, this kind of drive system. And what you did and what was the direct results of what you did. Every time you write one of these lines, I want you to think and ask yourself the question, what was the direct result of what I did? Like if I'm gonna say I developed this custom aluminum solution, what was the direct result of that? And how did I do that? And then that answer to that question is what should be your line rather than what you did. If that makes sense. So ask yourself what you did, but then ask yourself again, how did I do that and what was the direct result? And those last two things is what your resume line should be. But again, welding experience, really cool. I think you got a lot of cool stuff that you can talk about. It's just not coming through on your resume. So I think you'll be good. And then, yeah, like you said, you have a capstone project to throw in there. Talk about that, what that's going to be doing, how far you're into it, and add that as a section also. And then you got some stuff on your resume and you're pretty set. I'd make the skill section way tinier. I don't think skill section is that relevant or that important. Again, skill section is mostly just going to keep you relevant in like the search algorithm. So a recruiter isn't really looking towards there. They're looking towards what you've done. So keep those things in mind, dude, and you'll be fine. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any, do you have any more questions? How do I erase some of this stuff? Any questions, Jeremy? Do you have other projects and stuff? You could probably add some, I would add as much project, technical, engineering stuff as you have on here and use that to support your welding stuff. Get rid of the valet, shorten your section, even shorten your education section. You could probably get rid of the cert section, and then I think you have a pretty strong resume. But yeah, dude, happy to help. All right, I think I'm going to call it there, guys. I think this is going to be the end of this one. We can continue doing these. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it. What were your guys' thoughts? I thought this was a lot of fun. Hopefully it was useful. Let me know. Did you guys think some of this stuff was useful? And I think we're going to call it from there probably. Yeah. All right. Any questions? Any last thoughts, things? What do you guys? Super useful stuff. Appreciate it. Also, tell your guys' friends. It helps me a ton if we get more resumes in here. As you can see, we got 23. Please share it, and I can do more of these and maybe make this a regular thing. And I think it'll be good for everybody. So it's free. I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not making any money off of this. So just doing this purely for the community and the learning of it all. So it would help me a ton if you guys could share this and get the word out. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Let me know if you guys want to do this again. You can find me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Instagram's where I'll be more updating about when I'm going to be doing a lot of these streams. So definitely make sure if you're not following me over there to follow. But yeah, man, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I don't know. This is a lot of fun doing, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these in the future. We can do LinkedIn reviews also. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good night. Take care. And I'll see you guys all later. All right. Peace.